Every game has its own set of slang terms, and Eternal Return falls no short of that. If you hang around a lot of Twitch streams, you'll probably hear them quite often. What's poppin' everyone? It's your boy Levi, and class is in session. The amount of times I've been watching a Twitch stream, and I've seen someone ask about Eternal Return slang has inspired me to make this video. I love that we're constantly getting new players, so here's a little guide to help you all fit in. The first term, and probably the most common term you'll hear, is -1 and +1. -1 or -1ing refers to killing a player who is new to the game or someone who doesn't have most of their build yet, before they really have a chance to fight back. It comes from Eternal Return player base being so small. Experienced players of the game try not to -1 new players in hopes to not frustrate them into quitting the game, literally -1ing the player base. Alternatively, +1 or +1ing means the opposite. It's when you get a new player to try Eternal Return. You might hear people say, I +1 the game when they get a friend to play, or they promote the game somewhere. And of course, we want to +1 the game so that people can queue rank. Queue ranked is really just a buzzword ranked players throw out to try and get more people to queue ranked. Eternal Return ranked queues have trouble popping sometimes, and yelling queue ranked in Discord servers or on streams lets people know that it's time to queue. It's also become a term of unity amongst ranked players, and it's just kind of something you say. 17 out of 18 is really more of a propaganda term that started back in the early seasons of Eternal Return. Similarly to queue ranked, it's meant for people to know that it's time to queue ranked. There are 18 players in a lobby, and 17 out of 18 is supposed to refer to the amount of players that are already queuing up. It's supposed to be like, we're close to popping, we just need one more kind of thing. But I don't really think anyone actually checks how many people are queuing. +10. +10 refers to a +10 LP gained in ranked. Ranked used to be a lot less dynamic in the older seasons of Eternal Return. Typically, you got around 10 LP for getting a kill and a decent placement. But now there's a lot more factors that go into it. +10 was used for people who played characters that were struggling in the meta, or your counter matchup, but is replaced more with people just saying, that character is free LP, or free mastery. Gapped, or getting gapped, is another super common term you'll hear from streamers. The gap being the difference in skill between one player and another. It's used when two players fight, and the player with a disadvantage wins the fight just by being more skillful. You'll hear it as, that player got gapped, or the gap is huge. You'll also hear you're better when talking about someone else. It means the same thing. The inverse to gapped or gapping is getting gamed on. It's the same scenario, but it's when the less skilled player wins the fight. Typically, you'll hear it when a player dies to a less interactive character, such as AR Aya. You might hear forms of it, such as, I got right click better. Copium. Coping and cope are expressions of sadness or negativity. When your main character gets nerfed, you're coping. Or when there's a new patch of Eternal Return, players have to cope with that for 2 weeks. This then leads you to a state of copium, where you're lying about your takes, positive or negative, in order to feel better about them. Tilt and tilting isn't exclusive to Eternal Return. It just means you start playing poorly because you've lost a bunch of games or you're starting to make more mistakes. It's the steady decline that's usually only fixed by a tilt shower into the pop-off win combo. The effects of tilt can lead you to what's described as emotional gaming, or being emotional. It's when your gameplay is influenced by how you're feeling at the time. You get a couple killless games in a row, you play slow, you craft an item with your inventory full and someone yoinks it from the ground under you. It may cause you to make a bad play just for the sake of getting a kill. And the last term you'll probably hear is Inhouse. Inhouse is just a custom game that's set up with the intention of mimicking a ranked setting. It's evolving into how players are warming up for ranked lately, but in traditional sense, it's a better way to practice than normal game. There's also a Discord called the Eternal Return Inhouse Discord. I believe there's one for NA and EU, and maybe SA, but I'm not too sure. It's basically a community Discord separate from the official Eternal Return Discord. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to join. Come hang out with us. That's going to be it for this video. There's a lot more Eternal Return slang that I can go over. If this video does well, I'll make a part 2. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to this point. Let me know in the comments what slang terms I can define for part 2. Subscribe for more Eternal Return content, and don't forget to queue ranked.